My birth name is John Mitchell. As a producer, I go by J Mitch, and as an artist, I go by Jeriah. So I have 3 different names, but I'm from Dallas, and my family's from Louisiana. When I grew up playing sports, my dad was an athlete and a valedictorian of his high school, and so he got scholarships for football and scholarships for academics, and he also had scholarships for music. So I had a lot of like pressure, you know what I mean, growing up. But I grew up in the sports. My first sport was soccer, and then I played lacrosse before I played football. I tried guitar, and I was too impatient for it. I tried piano, but when I was younger, my hands were smaller, so that didn't do me well. I played the violin, and I really liked it. I just hated the E string, and I didn't like the viola because it wasn't a violin, and I was too small for the bass. So I kind of like stumbled on it after playing sports. Classical percussion is what I started with, 7th grade. I went to a school in Grand Prairie, started with classical percussion, and then from there kind of just took off. I've always had a knack for rhythm. I used to dance and stuff, so I've had a knack for rhythm, but drums is kind of the home. Drums and singing are like the foundation of everything that I like to do. Auditions at Booker T were extremely scary. I wrote my own music to get in. Mind you, I did not have much musical experience. So I did what I thought was, the best thing as far as preparing myself to get in. Luckily, I don't know how I got in, but luckily I did. But my audition was pretty terrible, if you ask me. I feel like everybody would say that though, like about their audition. But to me, it was like I was scared. It was 3 people, teachers I had never seen before, and they all had like this game face on, and it was like, it was like forget business. It was like, we don't want to like you. That's how they were looking. And so I was just kind of like, okay. And when it was over, it was over. But I was just happy I got in. I tried not to think about it until I got my letter. To me, drums are the foundation of any composition, any arrangement. Whether there's a drum on stage or not, the time exists, which means that there has to be a pulse. And like any human body, your heart has to move for you to be alive, and so does time as far as music goes. So I feel like any band is as good as their drummer. So if your drummer is not holding up his end of the bargain, no matter how good anybody else is on stage, no matter how great the vocals are, they might be able to make up for his lack, but it's still not going to be a great performance if your drummer is not doing his job great, if he's not, handling his position. COVID affects everything because I'm a live musician. I'm also a studio musician, but it's hard to do any gigs, pursue any tours, go anywhere and have fun with all your friends and stuff if, there's COVID going around. And yeah, everybody's wearing masks and stuff, but to me, you can only trust that stuff so much. Germs are germs. People get sick regardless, even if you get a vaccine. You know what I mean? Some people still get sick. So COVID kind of, I won't say has demolished the music industry, but it definitely has expanded the new wave of live streaming and more of the technical side of things. I think it brought upon another revenue into the music industry.